September is National Preparedness Month, the perfect time to make sure you have an emergency plan just in case. It also falls right in the middle of hurricane season. That's why WFMY News 2's Hunter Funk is live this morning with the Greensboro Fire Department, making sure we are prepared for any scenario this time of year. Hunter?
Yeah, good morning, you guys. First thing is the before, after, and during, right? Those are the three things that you need to know and how to prepare. So joining us this morning is Deputy Fire Marshal Hunter Pegram. Thank you for joining us. Start off with the before. Before we know, or I guess we're going to know that the hurricane's coming, what do we need to prepare?
I think the first thing we need to do is determine what kind of evacuation plan do we need to prepare for. That's not including yourself, but also your pets as well. Knowing which routes to take, because hurricanes, they can go anywhere they want to. Also, but here in Greensboro, you know, we get a lot of straight line winds with hurricanes, is making sure that your furniture is secure. Whether that means bringing it inside, putting it in the garage, or putting it somewhere so it doesn't become airborne. Also, propane tanks, making sure your propane tanks are cut off. We get down trees here in the city and in the county, and the last thing that we need is to have a tree falling on somebody's deck or porch, and a propane tank being compromised during that time.
And then we're moving to during, right? We're hunkering down. What does that look like, and how should we prepare?
Trying to stay informed, staying in tune with NOAA weather radios if you have one. Definitely watching your local news media. And also, if you have some type of smartphone, iPad, or something like that, staying informed there as well. But staying hunkered down in your house, don't be traveling, and just remain as safe as you can.
And then real quick, kind of give me a summary of what we should do after, as soon as it's over.
After the event has taken place, is to remain at home, remain wherever your safe place is at the time. Being aware of flood waters. Do not be traveling in flood waters because you may not know how deep it is. And just remain at home until authorities have told you it is safe now to come out and travel about.
We appreciate you for joining us this morning. And this isn't the only part of emergency preparedness that you should know about. Coming up, we're going to talk about generator safety, so you're ready to go this year.
Having an emergency plan in place is crucial to keep you and your family safe.
With rain, hurricanes, unpredictable weather that can come during this season, having a generator might be a smart thing to keep close, but you need to know how to use it. WFMY News 2's Hunter Funk is live with the Greensboro Fire Department with some common mistakes and hidden dangers. Hunter?
Yeah, good morning. Of course, that generator can be used in case the power goes out. So, of course, joining us this morning, Deputy Fire Marshal Hunter Pegram. Okay, start off, kind of give us the down low of what to expect when we're using generators.
Okay, so the main thing is to make sure you use your generator outside, exterior of your house, okay? Making sure all windows, doors, garage doors are closed so that we're not putting exhaust fumes in the house. But first and foremost is making sure that the generator is cool before you filling it up. Before you put any type of fuel in it, we want to make sure it is cool, okay? Be familiar with your generator. Figure out where the exhaust port is so that it is exhausting away from the house, okay? Once you figure out your components of your generator, have it at least 20 feet away from the house. 20 feet is the recommended distance. And once the generator has been in a secure location, not going to tip over, it is now ready to be put in service.
Okay, so then the other thing that you had mentioned too was what kind of extension cords you're using for it. Kind of break that down too.
Okay, so generators are all different sizes. This is a smaller one, of course, but use the biggest drop cord that you can buy to use for your generators, especially the ones that's powering your appliances such as microwaves, refrigerators, anything that is doing that is having a large electrical draw.
So then the other thing too, do you get calls if people are using these improperly?
Yes, we do get calls because some people want to put their generators in their house to keep it from getting wet or storm damaged leaves and stuff like that. And that is absolutely not a safe practice to do because of carbon monoxide. Carbon monoxide is an odorless, tasteless gas, and it's deadly. So definitely use your generator exterior of the house, and also make sure you have carbon monoxide detectors inside your house as well.
I think this is all good tips. Again, these can be super useful, but if you're not using them properly, that's when you can run into problems. So make sure you're doing that. Now, coming up, we're going to talk a little bit more about an emergency preparedness plan when it comes to your car, and also we're going to test out a fire blanket. So stay tuned for that.
The official first day of fall is Saturday. Can you believe it?
Feels like it.
Yeah, it already does. Chillier temperatures are on the way, and heaters will kick on before we know it.
It also means it's time for you to start carrying a few extra things in your car. Hunter Funk is live at the Greensboro Fire Department to help get you prepared.
Yeah, good morning, you guys. It might be chilly, but things are heating up here because we are talking about emergency preparedness. Joining us is Hunter again, the Deputy Fire Marshal. Talk us through, we've got this full table of items that you might want in your car. Talk us through what we need to know.
Okay, so what we have here is just an array of items that we have put together that we think is very important as you prepare for, in case you have to evacuate from your residence. It looks like it's a lot on the table, but we definitely want to be prepared in the worst situations as possible. One thing to keep in mind too, people who have small kids, toddlers, infants, is making sure they have an infant bag ready to go. Diapers, formula, wet wipes, that sort of thing, so that the children can be prepared. Having a small first aid kit with types of band-aids, bandages, that sort of thing. Personal hygiene, such as shampoo, soap, that sort of thing. Weather radio. If it's a weather type emergency, you definitely want to be informed on what is going on. We have sleeping bags, pets. Make sure you take care of your pets as well. A flashlight. Assortment of batteries for whatever you may put in your emergency kit, and also making sure that you have your medications with you, both over the counter and the ones that are prescribed to you, so that you have those on hand as well. Also, food. Make sure you have non-perishable food items with you, such as water, Gatorades, fruit bars, protein bars, that sort of thing.
And you mentioned that this whole thing is usually for longer than just, a couple days. Make sure, to have this if you're going on longer trips.
Correct.
Right. Okay.
Correct. Yes, we have these items in a rolling tote that we can put in the back of our vehicle and get out of harm's way.
Okay, so the other thing that's not on this table is a fire blanket, which we are going to demonstrate over here to see how it works, because again, we don't use it that often. So I guess kind of talk us through the procedure. Obviously we have a fire in this situation, so if you've got that fire blanket, how do you use it?
Yeah, so he's going to pull the fire blanket out of his pack, and he's going to deploy the fire blanket.
Pretty simple.
And he's going to lay it over the fire, just like so. Now, one thing to keep in mind too is once you've deployed the fire blanket, just don't pull it off, because as you can tell, it's going to reignite, okay? So once you redeploy the fire blanket, make sure that you do not take it off the fire until it is actually cool to the touch.
I think that's really good advice, because we have them sitting there for so long, you don't really necessarily know how to use it right away. The other thing is to not use it with grease, is that right?
That's correct. You do not use it on a cooktop stove.
Awesome. Well, there is a ton of resources that you can also find. What's that website again?
GFDNC.com. We have an emergency management tab on that website, and we encourage everybody watching this morning to go to it.
Well, we appreciate you guys being out here this morning, kind of helping us out, get a little smarter this morning. And of course, you can always find this on WFMYnews2.com in case you missed anything.